Hey, it's Andreas. I've been investing for over 10 years, and in today's video, let's take a look at Orion Office REIT, ticker symbol ONL. This stock is up about 10% here in the last 5 days, but if we zoom out since the spin-off from O, then we can see that it's down by about 80%. And this is simply due to offices falling out of favor, and we will talk a bit about a potential recovery here regarding this stock. As you can see, slight turnaround now, and we will just take a look at the quarterly earnings report basically. There are quite a few interesting points to share here. So we see that occupancy rate about 74.6% here. This was 80% before. They flagged for it falling to a lower occupancy rate in previous quarterly earnings reports, and I think that the market thought it was gonna be a lot worse this time around, so we're seeing the stock bounce back even though occupancy rate has indeed fallen. And we can see that average remaining lease term here has gone up to 5.0 years from 4 something before, and this is due to them renewing some leases here as some has fallen out as well. So that's why the average remaining lease term is increasing now. We can see that in the beginning here of the presentation. They talk about some of the leases that they have renewed. Here we have that, Longmont, Colorado, as you can see 10 years now, Tennessee 5 years, Nebraska 10 years, Dallas 10 years as well. So we're seeing renewals of offices. We don't see a fully remote work like everybody said. Remember in the news, Dell going back to office, Amazon going back to office, PVC, going back to office, everybody going back, and many companies are doing the hybrid as well, with some days in the office and some days from home, but offices are not disappearing, and I still believe that this stock is not priced for that new environment. I still think that this is priced based on, this is going away. It's very, very cheap if we look at the assets that they have. We also can see here in terms of the FFO, very important here, we can see that if we take a look at just how they calculate it, because all YouTubers talk about FFO regarding REITs, but I think we can do some explanation here regarding the numbers and it will make a lot more sense. So we're seeing here diluted net loss per share attributable to common shareholders. That's why we don't look at earnings per share. It's negative in this case. And this is because of depreciation and amortization. So we put this back into the numbers, and then it's $1.83 a share. So you write down the value of your buildings. That's a loss in the income statement, all right? You write down the value. You say the building's 800K, now it's 600K, something like this. This is not a cash payout expense. This is accounting tricks, to say it, and it's not going to affect dividend in any way. It affects tax. And then, of course, amortization here as well is counted into this. This company is paying off a lot of its debt. It has a very conservative leverage now, 30% net leverage. And let me quickly share slide 16 here in the investor presentation as well. Balance sheet strategy. Yeah, as you can see, net debt leverage ratio 30.8, and if we look at debt maturity, we can see that they have later maturities of their debt. Look at 2025, very relaxed, and then some debt coming to maturity in 2026, and then a larger amount in 2027. So they have the capital available to grow. They can take on more loans with the conservative balance sheet like that, and they talk about them having credit facilities here that they can draw on as well. So potential for expansion if we see a shift in the market that's quicker than expected. I just wanted to share this, all right? Late debt maturities, very strong. They have been paying off. So that's why the dividend is a lot. It's quite small if we compare it to the core FFO attributable to common shareholders here. All right, so now we have that out of the way, and then we have some more adjustments here, some smaller ones, and then we just see that for the yearly basis here, they have narrowed the range to somewhere between 99 cents and $1.01 per share for the full year. And remember, this company is only paying out a quarterly dividend of 10 cents a share. So paying out very small dividend, paying down debts, doing this amortization here, and just having quite a strong, solid balance sheet. So I think that the company has every potential to increase dividend even further in the future when they feel that it's safe to do so. So this stock, it's not going to be, a 10 bagger in any way, in my opinion. I think that this is more preservation of capital. It has a nice dividend, and if we compare to the FFO, it's looking safe. It's quite cheap because of this worry regarding occupancy, regarding offices going out of favor. But if this market does not disappear and we continue to work in the office, well, then the stock is cheap. If the office culture is going to go away and we're never going to go to office again, well, then the stock is expensive. So it really hinges upon the culture and where we go in how we work going forward. So this is an interesting stock that I've been looking at for the Road to 100k dividend portfolio challenge. 10 cents a quarter. You have 1,000 shares, that's $100 a quarter. You have 4,000 shares, and then you get $400 a quarter. So it's quite easy to stack income in that way, and then with potential for even greater dividends if they decide to increase dividends in the future and pay out more to shareholders. So quite a fun way to build additional income and additional passive income stream in this case. Of course, with some extra risk, there are REITs out there that are a lot safer, a lot more stable, in a lot more favorable environment. But no risk, no reward, and as a young person, I enjoy taking on extra risk. Alright, that's been it, covering here the earnings of Orion Offices REITs. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, I hope you make a ton of money, whatever investments you decide to make. Take care now, bye bye.